everyone, my name's Camille and welcome back to another video. Today in this reading vlog, I will be reading Christmas books. So the books I chose are Always in December by Emily Stone, and it's about a girl who writes to her parents every Christmas, but they have passed away. And when she is off to mail one of these letters, she bumps into this guy. And yeah, it goes from there. I'm not exactly sure what else happens. I don't really want to spoil it for myself. So yeah, here's our first book. The next book is called Christmas Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella, and I got this one at the library, as you can see. And as the name implies, this is about a Christmas shopaholic. So this is about a woman named Becky who has a lot going on in her life, and it just explores family dynamics around the holidays and the gifts that she's getting for everybody. The next I'll be reading on Audible because I got a 30-day subscription and I want to use it. The one I got was The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny by Willa Nash. I heard about this book from Sarah Caroli and it seems to be pretty interesting, and it's a very short book. So I'm excited to get into that one. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I start reading. Everyone, so I realized that I didn't talk about the plot of The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny, so I thought I'd tell you about that. So this is about Natalie, who is hired to be a temporary nanny for a guy named Maddox Holiday. And so she went to high school with him and had the hugest crush on him. He was a football player and all that, and they never really talked to each other. So she shows up at his house and he doesn't know who she is, and she's really embarrassed. And also, his kid is an absolute menace. He's a single dad, I mean, as it probably implies, you know, with them being in a nanny romance. Like I was saying before, the kid is an absolute nightmare. She trashes everything, she acts out all the time, and she's really just trying to get the attention of her dad, but he doesn't really realize that. So over the course of the book, he is trying to spend more time with his daughter as he starts to fall in love with the nanny. So yeah, I'll see you later so you guys can hear my full thoughts about it. I finished reading all of the books, and I actually finished 2 of them in one day, which was kind of overwhelming because that was so much Christmas. But overall, I had a great time making this video, and I'm really happy that I read some of these because I'd never really gotten into themed kinds of books. Like, I wouldn't read Halloween themed stuff around Halloween time or Christmas themed stuff, you know? So it was kind of fun to get into the Christmas spirit. I mean, I don't actually really celebrate Christmas, but it's just fun anyways. But yeah, let's get into the books that I read. So first up, I listened to The Naughty, the Nice, and the Nanny by Willa Nash on Audible. And this is actually a pseudonym, I guess, for Devney Perry, who's a pretty popular romance author. She wrote the Eden series, which the first one is Indigo Ridge, which is a pretty popular romance series. And so I think I'm going to give this one a 3 because it was just very middle of the road. It was a very short book, and I've read nanny romances before, and this was just kind of, I don't want to say unoriginal, but it just had all the same tropes that I expected, except that the guy that the main character is nannying for was actually her childhood crush in high school, which I thought was a little cute added touch. But yeah, it was a sweet book. I thought that the kid was not necessarily lovable, but she wasn't a menace, so I didn't mind that. Yeah, it's a very mediocre, middle-of-the-road book. Next up, I read Christmas Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella, and I didn't realize that this was actually part of a very big series that's been going on for a long time, I think since the early 2000s, and I'm not sure if it's all about the same character, but it's called the Shopaholic series, and I just happened to stumble upon this one when I was looking for Christmas books, and I thought it was really entertaining. I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.25 to a 3.5, just because it definitely wasn't my sort of book. It's something that I think older women might enjoy a little bit more because it's relatable. You know, it's about a married woman who has a kid, and it's all about her interactions with her family. But she did get up to some pretty crazy antics that were very entertaining, so I never thought I was going to DNF this book or anything, but it didn't like really strike any chords with me. I think if I read it in the future, I might appreciate it a little more, but I just thought it was a silly little cute Christmas themed book, which basically all of these are. Last up, I read Always in December by Emily Stone. Now this book was a lot more serious than I expected, and anyone who wants to read this, just know that there's a lot of talking about grief and death of family members and people close to you. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that because it is a pretty big part of the story. And it wasn't so much a romance as it was like a connection between two people. Like, they did have chemistry, but it felt like deeper than a surface level romance, you know? And I was kind of expecting it to be like silly and fun, and then it got serious, and I was like, oh, I wasn't really expecting it to turn this way, but I still enjoyed what the author had to say about grief and about love, and I think that I'm going to give this one also probably about a 3.5 or 3.75. So none of these books were amazing, but I didn't want to DNF or stop reading any of these. I thought they were entertaining. And so maybe Christmas books aren't for me if I want to find 5 stars, but I still really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys check these out if they're interesting to you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy holidays. Bye!